Hey guys, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And I hope you enjoyed this interview. All right, let's get started. As a business owner, as a business founder, let me start by asking you, how is your business coping with the inflationary pressure? Because sometimes we could be lost in all this data and statistics, or government officials could just be speaking to us esoterically, as it were. But like I always say here on the show, that these numbers represent people, the numbers and whatever the government is doing that they come to tell us, like Governor Cardoso has come out to say interest rate is at 22.75%, liquidity ratio at 30, and all of that. It impacts businesses at the end of the day. And businesses are owned by human beings. And that is why we're doing this today, to be able to, bring to fore that these are Nigerians and this is really what a business owner is passing through. So speak to me about how your business has been coping with inflationary pressure.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that. I don't know if you can hear me clearly.
Yes, I can.
Okay, amazing. To be honest, it has been a challenge, right? We are all in this country and we know exactly how it is touching us in different areas. But particularly for my company, FirstFounders, right? Because we work in tech primarily. Um, where we've noticed the most effect is in terms of payments from our clients that we deal with. Because they operate, most of them operate primarily here in Nigeria, and we've sort of seen um, payments, consistent payments, delays in payments over the last 6 months, and honestly, it's beginning to look like a recurring right. It's become difficult for us as a business to project our cash flow properly, and to plan basically how to grow the business, right? Because these inflows are not coming in consistently and at the time in which they should have been coming in. So I think that is the primary area when we're talking about how it affects my business that we've noticed the effect of the inflation so far.
Okay, what major inputs in your production or business takes the most cost? As it were, I heard you say, of course, you are into the tech space, and it's difficult getting your customers or your clients to pay. What part of your inputs, I know it's tech, cloud, and all of that, but what
Yeah.
part of your inputs do you spend most money, especially now?
Okay. Yeah. Um, is mostly cloud credits, right? Because most of our products, right, tech products, are hosted on foreign cloud services,
Yeah.
and with the exchange rate discrepancy, with the naira falling very drastically against the dollar, it has become incredibly expensive. So if we're paying, just hypothetically, if we're paying $100, for example, for a month subscription, right? That has gone up to around 180, some even 200. So it's just a mess, honestly. It's a very frustrating time to be a business here in Nigeria.
What reasons do your clients give to you when they can't pay you? What reasons do they give to you? And do they pay you by installments now, or or whether you even have monies that have not been paid to you,
Yeah,
some suddenly disappeared into thin air and you can't get them any
yeah.
longer?
Um, so because they also operate here in Nigeria, most of the lag or the delays in payments is coming from their own customers, right, and clients delaying payments. So it's kind of like a ripple effect here, and then we are affected. That's primarily the excuse or yeah that they are given. But we had to think more strategically, right? Instead of having them pay these huge sums upfront, we've sort of like structured a payment plan for our clients such that they can now pay in installments. And although that has kind of helped the situation a little bit, right? Way better than it was before, and we are hoping to see it sort of like help even out what we've been noticing in terms of payment delays. So far, that has been a very good move on our end, and our clients are happy about it.
How has that now impacted your business? Because if you've actually now told your clients, you've given them payments by installments, in one way or the other, it would also impact your business because what you would have taken wholesomely, you are now doing like in
Hmm.
three or four
Yeah,
parts, as it were. So
tranches. Yeah.
so how does it now even affect your returns? How does it affect even the way you do your business as well as your operations?
Yeah. The area that has been impacted the most is in terms of payroll, right?
Oh.
Because we cannot fulfill payroll if all of those monies don't come in at the time they're supposed to come in. So we've had to consistently pay our staff part payments and some even like suspend payments till the next batch of funds come in. So it's been very tricky dealing with that aspect of the business and having to appeal to our staff that this is the current situation we're in, and just be a little bit patient with us until everything balances out sometime in the future.
How is your staff taking it?
It's not been easy because we're all in Nigeria, right? And we see what the food prices are saying now on the market in terms of food inflation. It's impossible to imagine that we could be in a Nigeria that is functioning this way, right? Food items you used to buy for a certain amount have tripled, some have quadrupled over the last few months, and it's crazy because every time you go back to the market, it's added uh, already. The cost has added, and it's been a struggle, right? Having to navigate these waters with our staff, but we are happy because we have people that are very committed to what we are doing here in the company, and they know that yeah, this is only temporary, so they've been quite understanding and patient with us.
Have you had any staff that has left?
Yes, we've had about 2 or 3 leave in the last 3 months. Yeah, suddenly, right? Although we understand where they're coming from, but it was hard having to quickly adjust to those empty spaces because we're playing sort of like people towers in the company at the time.
I can understand what you're
Yeah.
saying. It's really a difficult
Hmm.
time right now for employers to get money to actually pay our
Yeah.
staff. But let's quickly bring in our audience. Of course, we have people in the virtual room. I hope that they are ready. If they aren't ready, I guess we will take. Director, you're saying what? Okay. I think we would definitely take also people watching us now and you want to join the program by asking your question. It would be nice to speak to you also as a business owner to ask your question or make your comments. The number will be on the screen. I've been speaking with Samuel Kemeshi, co-founder and chief operating officer at FirstFounders Inc., a technology company, and he's been speaking to me also about, the difficult business terrain in Nigeria, having to let go staff and paying salaries by batches. All right, I think we can go to our virtual audience now. Let me start with Victoria Roland. Victoria, I see you there. Hello.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Nancy. It's nice to be here once again.
Good morning. All right, go ahead
Yeah.
and ask your question.
Okay, as an upcoming entrepreneur into business of a different kind of business that I have not seen, it's a rare kind of business that I do. I'm into cultural attire production, and looking at the situation of the economy of the country right now, maintaining customers have really, really been very, very difficult because this, anything that is outside food, people consider it as not really necessary.
Yeah,
And what you wear, you could always manage whatever you have in your
in your
wardrobe.
wardrobe.
So my line of business, which entails me dealing with cultural attires, I discovered that with the inflation and everything, the prices of the raw materials have really hiked so much. And when you have to maintain the quality of what you're doing, it means you have to also raise the price of what you are selling. And now, raising the price, customers have all disappeared. What do I do with this business? And I don't
Okay.
want to back up because I believe I'm unique in my own way. Because it's not easy to find a company where they deal with a particular kind of wear that, it's my company name is Culture 37 Plus, which means the 36 states of Nigeria with federal capital making it seven, and then that plus is international. So I'm hoping to build a one-stop shop where you enter and you'll be able to get all sort of cultural attires. But
Okay.
with the cost of things right now, my customers are gone.
They're
What do I
gone.
do?
Okay. Samuel. Okay, Victoria, please, you can unmute now so that we can get in Samuel. Samuel, you've heard Victoria. This was an
Yeah.
aspect of a bit of what you answered. She has just said her customers have really disappeared. Increasing the prices means that, of course, customers can't afford her products anymore. And I guess, of course, you're talking about cultural products, and I guess that should be made in Nigeria products, as it were. What kind of color? Is it like Ashoke's or Adirez or Co? Can you speak to me about what you do?
Okay, I stick to the pattern of whichever tribe I'm dealing with or
Okay.
ethnic group I'm dealing with.
Okay.
If your cultural attire is Godo, I stick to it. But what I just do differently is to give it a better quality of
Okay.
what you should be using. So because of that, the price has to go up, and it has really been very, very challenging.
Okay. All right. Samuel, please come in. Please, can every other person mute? Can you just mute so that, because I'm hearing interferences. All right. Samuel, you want to help her? What can she do?
Um, yeah, thanks a lot, Victoria, for that. It is it is a really dicey situation to navigate, really, because like you said, with the way Nigeria is, people are um should I say deprioritizing a lot of things right now, focusing primarily on what they really need to survive, like food and shelter, for example. Now, in your case, uh, I think it might be time. Nancy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but I need other people to mute their audios. Eloviano, please, can you mute your audio, as well as Femi on this call? Please,
Okay.
can you do that? If you
Yeah.
don't do that, we're going to take you out. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, Samuel, go ahead.
Okay, great. So I think it might be time for you. I understand that these are locally made products, right, and that are primarily tailored to the Nigerian market. Um, I think if what you would need to do is expand your reach or your target audience or customer base. It might be time for you to start looking outside of Nigeria to see if there's demand for these products. Because if you focus primarily on the Nigerian market as it is, it will be difficult for you to get the results you are looking for, because this is something we have little to no control over, how people spend their monies in times of economic crisis like we are in right now. So because you cannot account for that aspect of consumer spending, it might be time for you to look outside of the Nigerian market. Try neighboring countries like Ghana, Togo, for example. It will take a little bit of legwork, right? You going into those markets to do your survey and all of those other things. But I think primarily now that is the approach. If I were to be in your shoes, I'll start looking at other alternative markets outside of core Nigerian customers, because you have no control over what they're going to spend their monies on, truth be told.
Okay, Victoria, just also to add to what Samuel has said, I don't know what your perhaps marketing style has been, whether it's been those that know you, word of mouth and all of that. So perhaps you will need to do a lot more marketing. It could even be on social media, for example, like even what Samuel has told you. Some other markets are also suffering the same cost of living crisis that Nigeria is having now, translating to a cost of doing business crisis. So you may also begin to look at that. You may also begin to look at expanding, the area of your business. I don't know who you cater for. Is it for the
Mhm.
more middle-aged people? You can even begin to get more young people into your demography, in terms of making your products a bit more sassy for people to see,
Yeah.
bringing it. I don't know if you understand. It could just be within this period, even if it's like T-shirts and all of that. You put stuff, culture. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Just to keep you afloat within this period till everything stabilizes. So you may begin to look at some other things. That's just my 2 cents for you. I can see that Viano is like agreeing with me, and but that's just my own advice to you. Perhaps you can increase your social media ad or your online. Also, this is also one of the ways, little ways where my this program can actually also help SMEs. So for people that are watching, you want to reach out to Victoria, and this is totally free, by the way. You can reach out to her to get her products. It's really a difficult time right now in Nigeria for individuals and businesses. So Victoria, I hope that we've answered your question a bit or given you a bit of hope.
Yeah, it's wonderful hearing
Okay,
from you and all the
okay.
advice. It has really lifted my hope this
Hope.
morning.
Okay, okay. All
I,
right.
I, I
Thank
feel
you.
more excited at this point, even though
Okay.
I know I'm on social media with my business. Thank you so much for the advice
Whether
and
you need to also intensify. If you're already there, you
okay,
need to intensify, and you need to also know the social media ad that works for you. Do you
this is
understand what I
Gamake
If you
mean?
speaking.
get
So
a
it's not just also
professional, yeah.
being on a social on a platform, but you should actually also know which one works for you and all of that. So you might actually even get an expert to help you do that. Thank you very much, Victoria. Let's bring in
Okay.
Victor. You're welcome. Let's bring in Victor Kraft. Victor, you've been on this call for a while. What's your own question or comment? And I hope we're able to help this morning.
Miss Nancy, thank you so much for this opportunity. There's this question I've been really wanting to ask as an entrepreneur while juggling on this part. I noticed that for every existing problem or for every problem that an entrepreneur wants to solve, there are already people that are already benefiting from those problems. And we have such problems in the country today. So as an entrepreneur, how can one battle with such should I say cabal now or such groups of individuals that are benefiting from a problem and want to stand and tackle anybody that wants to solve such problem? I will not want to start mentioning specifically now, but I believe you understand what I'm trying to say
I don't
at this
understand
point.
what you're
So
trying to say. Please explain.
okay,
Are you saying that if you're seeing a problem, because an entrepreneur sees where a challenge
a
is and you
problem,
come
a
in and
challenge.
solve it? Yes. Are you saying that where that the problem you want to solve, there's already a cabal solving it? Is that so? Explain.
No, sorry, there's already a cabal that is benefiting from such problem. Take
Okay.
for instance, I'm a CEO, Sir Victor Crafts. What I'm into is we have a platform that will train and retrain people that are into craft and handwork, then integrate them back to the society and be useful to themselves and the society at large. But in the long run, we notice that whenever we go out to scout for such individuals, most of them they're into some sort of social vices already. Integrating them, should I say, training them and bringing them back to the society, they are no more in such group of individuals again. We find out that we tend to get some kind of backlash from those people that we brought them from. Like taking for instance now, we also produce leather shoes and some sort of other leather equipment too. But last year, we got to understand that whenever we produce those shoes in a large amount and send them to the market, we find out that they start to tell us that what you people are doing is that you're trying to take food away from our hand. We're actually into importation. Come and join us, let's import and stuff like that. So this is actually my
Your
bone
predicament.
of contention.
All right.
Yes, my
Thank you.
predicament now.
Samuel, over to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Victor. So the thing with Nigeria, like you said, I totally understand what you're saying, that you've noticed a problem, or yeah, and there are a certain group of people, really influential people, right, that are
Yeah.
benefiting from that problem. So in situations like that, you understand that the people benefiting from that problem are a very small group of people, right, that are benefiting from that problem. And the larger group of people that will need that problem to be solved are still out there languishing. So in that case, or with that, building on that fact, I think you can sort of get your answer from there. You still have a large market that needs that solution that you are profiling. My advice to you is to ignore whatever it is the influential people are doing or the cabal, except they come for you directly, come after your business. If they are not coming after your business directly, I'd say you should just put your head down and keep focusing on the market that wants your solution. What you would want to do is have this very intimate relationship with the market, right? Your target customers. Speak to them about how they would like that problem to be solved. It sort of like gives you clarity so that you can um, allocate resources a lot more efficiently, right, on those areas that you think are going to produce results a lot faster or quicker. Yeah, quicker, exactly. So just to reiterate, ignore whatever it is the select few that are benefiting from problem are doing and focus on your market because the market is a lot larger than the people against you. I don't know if that helps in any way.
Yeah, I think it
Yes.
does. So,
Yes. Thank
Victor,
you.
focus
It
on the
does.
people that are for you than against you. So, I think that's so you have a larger market than the few influencers that you're looking at. So, just be focused. All right, for those watching us and you want to be part of the program, you can actually do that. I think, okay, that's the number on the screen, so you can call and make your comments as well as your question. So before we get a call, let's quickly move over to Isaiah. I also see that Isaiah has been in the room. Is Isaiah there? He's left. Okay, Femi, are you ready? Is Femi there? Okay, Isaiah. Okay. I say Isaiah is back. Okay, let's take Isaiah. Isaiah, where you are is noisy though.
Yes, thank you very much, ma'am.
Yes, so go ahead, please.
It is my pleasure to join you once again today. And one of my major questions I want to ask in respect to this today's program is
Isaiah, I'm
that
getting so much interference. I can't hear you. That place is so noisy.
I don't know whether it's the network, my network, because I really find it very difficult
Okay, so ask your
to hear
question
you.
very quickly. Just ask your question so that you can mute your audio.
Okay, one of the major challenges is that when you buy a goods today, and you are to supply a customer the goods. You discover that a price that you have already given to the customer today, and when you go to the market to source for the product, and you discover that the price has already increased. So in this situation, how do we balance it? How do we give the best price to
Okay, I think I
your
get you. How do
potential
you,
customer?
Isaiah, okay, you can mute your audio now. How do you fix a price, especially when you go to the market to get your goods? You've seen that the price has increased. It puts you in a very precarious position. Okay,
Yeah.
Samuel, just hold on to that thought. I also hear there's someone on the line who wants to speak with us. Hello?
Yes. Can you
Hello?
hear me? I'm on to business
Yes,
clinic segment.
yes, I can hear you. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah. My name is Mr. Akafi. I'm calling from Gariki.
Okay, please, what's your question quickly? Are you a business owner? You own a
I'm not a
business?
business owner.
Oh, you're not a business owner. Okay, so what's your question?
No, my question is that how can an intending business person, somebody who is planning to go into farm business of piggery, as a matter of fact, what does he need to put in place
Okay, I think I get you. You have to be fast about it because we have other people on the line. So you want to go into piggery, that is into farming, but you want to know how to go about it, isn't it? So I think I've gotten you there. Thank you for calling. Do we have another caller so that we can take a few questions online? Do we have another caller? Okay. All right, Samuel, can you start with Isaiah's question?
Yeah. Um, when Isaiah was explaining or asking his question, in my mind, I was like, yeah, we're all
We're all there.
doing this. And I have a few, yes, and I have a few of my friends that have been having the same complaints. So you go into, you supply your customers at this price, right? And the next time you're going to the market to restock, it's probably added another 15%. And then as a business owner, you are not sure exactly how to navigate that situation. If now I'm just going to try to approach this from another angle. If you were a producer, right, if you're producing this product in the first place, I think it's a bit easier for you because you can then, should I say, work on a new pricing structure.
Okay,
You can
Samuel,
approach
let me
your
halt you
customers
a
and
bit.
say,
Sorry,
yeah,
Samuel, can you hear me? We're getting
I can
Ugochukwu.
hear you.
Yes, we're getting Ugochukwu from Niger State. Hello, Ugochukwu. Hello, are you there? Okay. Okay, Samuel, please continue. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's fine. So I was saying, if you were a producer, manufacturer, producing your own product, it's easier for you to navigate this situation, okay, in quotes, right? Because there are several options that are open to you. You could hear from your customers if they would like you to reduce the quality and maintain the price, or increase the price and increase the quantity, right? So you have that option available, or those options available to you if you're a manufacturer. But if you are not a manufacturer, right, and you're just more of a supplier, then it's really tricky because and this is where the entrepreneurial spirit and the understanding of business really comes into play. That there are times when you will make losses as a business owner, and there are times when you will make profits. Um, and very often, the market influences what your business does at any point in time in terms of profit and loss. The current market that we are in Nigeria is such that business owners have very little control about uh, on basically how people spend and the entire pricing structures available to them because so many factors play and affect pricing of these goods. So as a business owner that does supply and you have no control over the pricing from the point of production, I'd I would say whenever you go to the market to buy a new to get fresh stock, maybe increase your price by 15% or 20% to cater for any shortages that would come from the next time you go to. But very important is you should study what your competitors are doing. Are they increasing their own prices, or are they trying to just keep it as it is to see if they can weather the current storm? So as a business owner, it's very important for you to study what your competitors are doing to sort of like get inspiration.
Okay.
So two things I would say: increase your price by a certain percentage to cater for any price increase for the next time you go to restock, and closely monitor what your customers, your competitors are
Okay.
saying, and speak to your customers as well.
Okay, let's go over to Ogochukwu from Niger State. Hello, good morning. Are you there now? Good morning to you. Okay, I don't know what is happening. Samuel, let's come back to the question around piggery business. I know yours is tech. But
Yeah.
did you have any advice for the caller that wants to start a a piggery farm?
Yeah, yeah. So because I don't have any domain knowledge,
Yeah.
right, in this aspect, I'm going to speak generally on what a business owner should do when starting a new business. Um, so obviously, the first thing you want to do is figure out distribution, right? Because you don't have a business if you don't have effective distribution, how to get your product to the end users. So look at the location that you're considering opening that pig business in, and look at how or what it will take for you to distribute your products to the market. Um, are the roads good? What is the cost of transportation? These are things that you need to consider very, very carefully before you dive into any business. And because we are dealing with live animals here, there's always the issue of diseases, right? And infection. So you have to be on point when it comes to closely monitoring your animals to ensure that they are not just healthy but up to the standards that have been outlined by the relevant agencies here in Nigeria that monitor things like that. So you have a lot of things a lot of boxes to check in terms of compliance, the hygiene of your pig farm, and your basically your business practices, how you are raising
The
these
piglets.
animals.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I think yeah, that's basically what I would advice I would give. Do your research properly before you go into the business.
Exactly, I was coming to that, and my own two cover for the caller is also, I hope you do a business plan, a feasibility plan. That I hope you are not just depending on this question you're asking before you get into that business. I
Yeah.
hope that
Oh,
you know
sure.
that we are able to lead you better in terms of you've got to do a feasibility studies. Like Samuel has said, you've got to get a location where build. Housing is very key for having a piggery business or a piggery farm where you get the pig pen. You have also to be mindful of temperature. For example, I know that pigs give birth to a lot of piglets. I also know that feeding is also part of it. So all of this you must put into consideration. But I also know that to an extent that piggery farm or a piggery business is also a bit profitable if you handle it very well. So do your visibility plan. That is, develop a business plan. Very important. I see that. Samuel, I don't know if you've also seen that with many Nigerians. A lot of people come to me, I want to have a business. Just what I need is finance. And I saw that mostly
Yeah.
during COVID when there was a lot of intervention. Monies were given to businesses. People come and let them just give me money. I want to start a business. I'll be like, okay, what business do you want to start? Just give me the money. And Nigerians are so, I'm like, things don't
Yeah.
work that way. In fact, one person said, if I get 20 million naira now, I know, I was like, come on. But you've been
How
doing
do
a
you
business
prove?
of 3 million before. And
How
it's,
do you tell your financier that
yes, how do
yes,
you,
this is what you're going to do
so
with the
we
money
just
without a
want to
business
build
plan?
castles in the air without doing the work. Okay, we have a
Yeah,
caller
yeah,
from
yeah,
Ogun State.
you're right on point.
Hello, Adebayo. Hello. Is Adebayo there? Okay. All right, Samuel, who else do we have on the call? Femi, is Femi there? Or Eloviono? I've seen her in the virtual room or you're just observing, you don't want to ask a question. Okay, she doesn't want to ask a question. I guess you're learning from what we're saying. Femi, do you have any question to ask? Femi, are you there? Okay. Okay, while we wait, I guess that Femi and Elo are just learning on this call. So let's leave it like that for now. Samuel, just before we get another call on the line, for Nigerians that are really, households are suffering right now, businesses are also shutting down. For businesses that are existing now, what would you tell those businesses and what would you tell the business owners?
Okay, so I'm just going to be very
Okay, Samuel,
honest.
just hold on. I'll
Yeah.
come back to you. I see there's your namesake from Lagos calling. Samuel from
Oh my
Lagos.
God.
Hello?
Samuel, please, can you turn down the volume of your
Hello,
TV
can you
set?
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear myself from the television in your room. Hello, Samuel. Can you hear me now? Samuel, can you hear me? Okay, seems the network is a bit shaky there. All right, Samuel, can you continue, please?
So the thing with entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship is we don't know when to stop, right? We cannot just stop very often. We keep going regardless of what the market is telling us, or the challenges we are experiencing, because very often we believe that this idea that we are pursuing is going to work, right? And it's going to be profitable at some point. And I'm speaking from the angle of like core tech focused companies. But let me bring it down to SMEs and more traditional businesses. Um, if you notice a consistent deficit or shortage in terms of profit for the business, like consistently 6 months, you've been running into losses, and from all indications, it's not looking like there is going to be a change for the better. I would say, because in tech there's what we call pivoting, right? You switch business models, you switch focus or your target audience and do something different, something that the market is telling you you should do. In cases like that, although it's very tricky for traditional businesses because a lot of factors play, especially in terms of capital, right? To start traditional businesses, you require significant amount of capital, depending on the scale at which you want to build that business. So just to round this up very quickly, I would say if you've noticed a consistent loss in your business over the last 6 months, significant losses, I think it might be time for you to cut your losses and probably look at other areas that you think you'd be a lot better off in or at,
Uh,
because it's easy for you to get caught up in thinking that this is going to work eventually, and then you end up burning through your capital without having anything to show for it. So it's very important for business owners to not be emotionally attached to their businesses
that's
and
a very
make
difficult one.
business decisions. Exactly, very difficult one. But that is why it's important for you to look at what the market is telling you and work based off that data that you have available to you. So yeah, that's my take on that.
Isaiah, please, can you mute your audio? Okay. So, Samuel, just like you said, it's a very difficult thing to detach yourself, because many business owners they are very emotive about, businesses. Even when you see the billionaires in the world, it will take them a lot of time to be able to seed, a certain
Yeah.
percentage, But um, let's see, we have a few minutes to the end, about 3 minutes. Let's take a few questions. I have questions here. Of course, some have also sent their questions. And this is one important one. Dorothy is asking that, how do I keep my customers happy without reduction in quality and quantity of products? Very
Hmm.
important, Samuel. How do I keep
Very,
my
very
customers happy
important.
without the reduction in quality and quantity? I've spoken about this, and there's a concept in economics known, there's shrinkflation and skimflation. So that's what she's talking about here in terms of
Yeah.
shrinkflation, the quantity of a product has reduced, skimflation, the quality has reduced. And if you go around buying stuff, you will see that many companies have really reduced their quantity. We are
Yeah.
buying at that amount with less quality. So
Let's go.
is there an answer for Dorothy from you? How does she do that?
Ah, um, okay, so I've noticed this also myself. Obviously, we are all in Nigeria. But one thing I'm going to say is business owners don't speak with their customers in terms of how to take the directions to take production. Now, let me explain. um, it's easy for a business owner to say, okay, Nigeria is not working. It's very production has become very expensive. Let me reduce the quality and the quantity of my products and keep it at the same price so that I can stay afloat, so I can stay operational. And then what happens is that customers become disgruntled, right? I'm paying this same amount of money for uh, significantly lesser quality and quantity as well. And very often they leave, right? They leave to an alternative that might be available to them. And then the what you were going for as a business owner, you're not able to achieve that. You've what you've been able to achieve is losing your customers. So my advice to Dorothy is speak to your customers, right? hear what they have to say. Tell them, okay, this is the situation we are in as a business, and that is one thing that I noticed that business owners don't do a lot. They don't humanize their business. They just there's this wall, invisible wall between the business and the customers,
Yeah.
forgetting that these are the people that are keeping you in business,
Afloat.
operational. So you have to always, yes, afloat. You have to always seek their, should I say, opinion before you make certain decisions that directly impact them and then also your bottom line. So what you're going to do, or my advice is, speak to your customers, especially the returning ones, right? The more consistent ones that have been with you over a long period of time, maybe in terms of your wholesalers, right, that you have very direct relationship with. Have them speak to the retailers and know what it is they want. What is the market saying? That is what I keep stressing.
Okay.
You have to know what the market is saying and then base your actions off of the data you have available to you. And another thing that you can do is bundle your products together. So if you have 5 products out in the market, individual products, what you could do is put them together in a bundle, right, and figure out a pricing that you're going to make some level of profits on, and then you also the customer is also comfortable with. So I don't know,
Okay.
but
Okay. Yes.
bundling helps a lot in terms
Yeah.
of
I
physical
okay.
products.
Like something like buy two get one free, but one may not necessarily be free,
Exactly.
but you're giving them a bouquet, of it.
Very valid.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Thank you very much, Samuel. And I also need to tell Dorothy, of course, that there are regulators that also take a look at this thing. So a reduction in quality and a reduction in quantity. Our regulators should be alive to what is happening right now because, businesses or companies are really taking advantage of Nigerians. If they say something is 100 gram, you would not see it as 100 gram. You see it as 80 gram and we're still paying for 100 gram. But I want to say thank you very much for coming. Samuel Kemeshi, co-founder and chief operating officer of FirstFounders, Inc. Thank you very much, Samuel, for coming. And thank you to our audience in the virtual room. I hope that you've learned a
Thank
lot
you for
today.
having me.
Yes, I hope that you've learned a lot today, and for those, of course, watching us. So that's the business clinic for this month. We will do another one next month. I don't know what the topic will be yet, but of course it will be something that you will definitely benefit. Thank you for watching. In case this is your first time watching us, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, drop your comments as well as like, and most of all, share our content.